Well, here I am. I'm back on Kilimanjaro, and this time we have an amazing project, right? Okay, and here's Enda. Enda, can you explain like what you're doing with this here?
Well, we've just got a lovely group, and like a lot of people, we're taking on the challenge of Kilimanjaro, and it's really exciting as we're ready to go. But there's a charity that I really admire the work that it's doing, and it has direct relevance here in Africa, which is the Shalom Centre for Peace and Reconciliation. And it's a personal challenge with my son Cormac and the Business Post Group team. But also I think we want to go to higher purpose, if I may, and support something worthwhile on the Shalom Centre.
Well, I must say, you know, I knew nothing about it, but I'm after meeting Patrick here, Father Patrick, and he's going to tell us, you know, what it's all about. And it really struck me, the amount of work Irish people are doing around the world, but in particular on this one. Like, you know, I've seen a lot of projects, and like, if it's a case that you're in the way, please support it. Patrick, can you tell us what it's about? Because, you know, I'm just blown away by it.
Well, first of all, Patrick and Enda, it's lovely to be here with you, and thank you for being with me. My name is Patrick Devine, of course from Ireland. So I'm out in East Africa since 1988. The first major involvement I have had with a major conflict, was the genocide in Rwanda, and been involved with helping the refugees from 94 until 1998. I got involved in a lot of administration, but over my time in Eastern Africa, I came across a lot of environments where people are being killed and maimed and displaced persistently. And while we were all very good at dealing with the symptoms, few of us had the skills to deal with the underlying causes. So in 2009, I founded the Shalom Centre for Conflict Resolution and Reconciliation. Now, we set down a few markers. First of all, that it would be interreligious, made up of men and women, and that everyone would be qualified with a master's degree at a minimum in peace studies. And above and beyond that is that everybody would commit to cross the front line into the conflict zones to help transform the conflicts. So we didn't have any time for a sense of wishy-washy, holy Joe or anything like that. It was all or nothing. And we went in among the tribes, and we started identifying the key influential opinion shapers, like elders, chiefs, religious leaders, women's leaders, youth leaders, and some of the warriors. And we started training them with analytical skills about what was causing conflict and peace-building techniques. And we committed ourselves to 18 months in that training. And then over a period of time on both sides in any conflict, we had a large capacity built up among the people themselves, equipping them to be the architects of their own future. And as peace began to emerge and the conflict transformation began to happen, the first thing they were open to was inter-ethnic and inter-religious education, to send their children. So we got involved then with them, building and constructing and rehabilitating schools and buildings and equipping. And what we did initially was to help them with cement and steel. They had to provide the site, the land, the water, the stone and the labour, and the projects took off. So over a course of 15 years now, there has been over 700 school educational development projects done. It's not a case that we have built 700 schools. Many schools we have built, others we have renovated, others we just equipped with books and desks and solar and water and so on. And this project has grown in strength, and it needs as much support as possibly can be given, because we are behind the lines in the conflict zones, and it's not just dealing with religious and social values. It's really empowering the people to meet their basic human needs and actualize their potential.
Fantastic, fantastic. It's really extraordinary. And I think what's incredible about it is the missions in Africa have done extraordinary work and still are. But this is kind of a next level. It's to get to the source of the conflict, if you like. It's great to provide hospitals and after treatment, but this is pre-treatment. It's to stop things from happening. And there's a lot to be done in many, and I love the interdenominational element in getting people together. And there's African tribes that have been fighting each other for hundreds of years, and I don't know why. You could say in the Ireland we've got the two last remaining white tribes. Right. There's a bit of that.
Sure.
So I think Tanzania here is 126 tribes.
123 in Tanzania, 46 tribes in Kenya. And just may
it's
I
extraordinary.
add,
it's extraordinary.
And along with dealing with interethnic conflict, then we have developed two major programs. One is dealing with violence done to women and children in the slums around Nairobi. There is estimated 2.5 million people living in 10 slums around Nairobi. So we went in there and identified key influential women and trained them as well to address the problems. And recently they have taken on the issue as well of addressing human trafficking and organ trafficking. Down at the coast, as you probably know, after the fall of the caliphate in Iraq and Syria, a lot of the ISIS and people came down along the eastern coast. So we've gone into those environments to prevent religious ideological extremism, because big problems in Somalia with Al-Shabaab and of course Al-Qaeda. So we have gone in again with groups of Muslims and Christians and empowering them with the ability to prevent radicalization among their young people.
You know, it's absolutely fascinating. And you know what I do believe is that people are people and most people are good.
Right.
Provided you can get to them. And peace, you know, it's terrible to see the conflicts in the world today, whether it's ISIS, Taliban, whether it's actually, you know, in Russia, Ukraine.
We have our share in Ireland as well.
Yeah, we have our share in Ireland as well.
But the scale is so much bigger here. And if we all do a little bit, like the fellow who ate an elephant, ate a little bit at a time. So we'll eat a little bit of the mountain every day as we go up. So thanks very much, and I hope you'll support the work of Shalom.
I'll be with you up the mountain too. And as I said during our time there, Pat, we often joke among ourselves, because we're a group of mixed religions. We say if we can find peace, you can find your own way to God as you discover the experience of the divine.
Now we're sucking these.
Patrick, thanks very much.
Thank you all.
Great.
Thanks, Enda. And you know, just find out a little bit more about it. Google it up. You know, try to support.
GoFundMe.
And GoFundMe as well on this one. And if it's a case, anything in the future that you can help out with. By the way, it is a very interesting project. So, you know, Google it up. Go for it.
Yeah. Thank you.